Hi, welcome back. So now that we've covered text, we're going to move into backgrounds in Canva. So, we have some text here. It looks quite nice, but it's boring. There's not that much color or anything to really make the picture stand out. So one way you can do this is with backgrounds. So to get backgrounds, you just go to the background section of Canva, and then you have some colors and some designs. Now we're going to go over all of this later, but the most basic feature is obviously color backgrounds. So here at the top, you have your default palette and then your document colors. So we're just going to select red. And one thing I'd like to point out, if the colors don't match, Canva will actually change the color automatically for you. Now, if you don't want this, you can obviously change the color, but obviously it's a very cool feature. You can see here, if it's on pink, it won't work with white. But if I go to red, black won't work with red. So it changes it to white. So that's very, very cool. Now, what if you want to change the color, or if you want a custom color? As usual, you go into document colors and you can change the color just like that. There you go. Click enter and there you go. You have your color. But one really cool feature you can do is if you click on any empty space where there's no text or anything, you can just go up here and change the color yourself without having to click a new background every single time. So we're just going to keep it on blue for now. Now, obviously colored backgrounds are pretty cool, but what if we want these designs? Now, obviously the color won't change, but what if we want, these watermelons or polka dots? They look very nice. Well, all you have to do is just drag and drop. And then there you go, you have your design. It's really cool, and obviously you can change the color as normal. The design will not change though. So we're just going to keep it like that, and it looks much, much better now. But there's also some really cool features that you can use with backgrounds. So one of these is filter. This is a godsend for anyone who wants to work with backgrounds, because you can set these filters onto your background and it will make it look a lot better. So if you just go into filter and click advanced options, you can see you have a lot of stuff that you can play with here. So firstly, you can select any preset filter you want, but I'm just going to select epic for now. The intensity is a general feature that you can slide up and down and it changes everything. So this sort of changes the in-your-face factor of the background. So I'm going to keep that at normal. But then you have a lot of other features here that you can use. So we have the brightness. We can adjust that to however we want. So I'm just going to keep that a little bit low. And then you have the contrast, which is sort of the blend between colors. That's really nice. You have the saturation, which is the sort of intensity of the color. You have a tint, so you can give a sort of very, very slight color over the background. The blur is probably one of the greatest features. You can adjust the blur of the background. The X process is the position of these sort of dots here, or whatever the design is. You won't see much of a difference. That is normal. And then you have the vignette, which is the sort of ring, the black ring around the background. So I'm just going to keep that a little bit low. So that's for filter. You can adjust this however you want, and you can see just with that filter, it made such a big difference in how this looks. Then you have the flip feature, which is very self-explanatory. You can flip this background however you want, either vertically or horizontally. So, you can just flip that, and if you want to flip it back, you just click it twice. And then you have your standard transparency button. So I would recommend always keeping the transparency of a background at 100. So there you go. That's backgrounds in Canva. It's very simple and it can make such a big difference in your design.